on the technical side, just kind of the development process side, it's a very distributed organization, and the decision-making is based on meritocracy. Those are the people that are doing the contributions, doing the work, make the decisions, right? And it's done at the project level. So things do get done at the project level, and decisions are made there, and so things move along quite smoothly. We also have an technical architecture that makes it easy to put things together quite quickly.
So that raises a question for me, because I think one of Nokia's interests here is making sure the Symbian Foundation is as independent as the Foots Foundation. It certainly doesn't want to be dominated by one kind of company. So what do you have to do in terms of incentives or other means to try to encourage these companies to start contributing in a serious way? I'm wondering if there's more or less a
Okay, I'm sure these going down this path too. From us, it was basically it's a profit motive, right? These companies are investing in Eclipse because they see a commercial opportunity down the road. Yeah. If you can't present that, if you can't create an opportunity or let them have a vision of an opportunity, then they're not going to contribute. Yeah.
Does anybody around the table want to talk about a possible contribution that their company might make? Baseboards or higher levels of stacks, or
we're certainly looking at the open mobile platform that we're developing, and we're looking at contributing it potentially to the Symbian Foundation. That we see that as a way for both continued innovation specific to the Symbian platform, potentially creates, at least in the U.S. where Berlin for Symbian isn't top of mind for some people, gives them an opportunity to get a gentle introduction to Symbian, and then also advances kind of our goals to get the platform out there.
And that is really the role of the foundation. Is we take a very active role in driving a contribution level dialogue with all parties. More than that, there are at least half a dozen initiatives, maybe more, maybe at least 10 at this point in time, where we're working with member companies on business analysis, business plans, this type of thing, to help articulate where and why it makes sense to actually embrace the foundation model, make those contributions, and to participate in a much larger sense in the ecosystem through those means. So I think Nokia will clearly start to see the benefits of that over time, but so will many others, of course.
So just before we open it up to the floor for questions, I was wondering, with Alex, as a company that hasn't been working so long with Symbian World, what are your hopes and fears for participating in the Symbian World?
Yeah, I mean, as a chipset vendor, we want to act as agnostic as possible. But our motivation, obviously, is to try to drive Symbian with Nokia initially, and then get it out to the public for the OEMs to also have a say that get products out to the market. So our motivation is to I'm sure my colleague at TI is going to confirm the same thing, is to sell more chipsets within the Symbian Series 60 Foundation basis. So as far as contributions are concerned, I think we're just starting out. We're going to be talking to OEMs to see what they want, try to build that for them. And then later on, as we get more proficient at Symbian Series 60, we would start to contribute.
Anybody want to chip in with a question?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Just if you say who you are, so everybody knows.
Yeah, my name is Flint Polsky. I'm from IDC.
IDC.
Yeah, let's talk to you again. I agree with the point about the openness is going to be key, but also the adoption and whether Nokia is actually going to have. Is Nokia going to be using this same version? Are they going to have their own S60 that they basically co-develop in parallel? Because in my sense, that's going to be one of the key questions. Is sort of the adoption of this. Is there going to be two versions of this S40, S60, or is Nokia fully on board to use the foundation's version of?
So who wants to answer that question?
Well, certainly at the beginning, S60 and the first Symbian release are the same. The first Symbian Foundation release is essentially the latest S60 release. We don't comment much more after that, but certainly there's that commitment that there's very close relationship between what S60 is and what the Symbian Foundation is going to